Good afternoon, I'm Atik Rumi, bringing you the news on Gold FM.
The news headlines on Gold FM.
Sinopec also hikes fuel prices, premium product prices higher than CPC. Bus and three-wheel operators demand fair price hikes. Iran attacks Israel's city with nuclear infrastructure, 4 Sri Lankans injured. Trump to obliterate Iran's power plants if Strait of Hormuz not opened. 3 schools rugby knockouts quarter-final matches today.
The top story on Gold FM.
The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation implemented its third fuel price revision for March from midnight yesterday, marking the first time in history that fuel prices have been revised 3 times within a single month. Accordingly, the price of octane 92 petrol, which stood at 317 rupees, was increased by 81 rupees to 398 rupees per litre. Octane 95 petrol increased by 90 rupees from 365 rupees to 455 rupees. Auto diesel, previously priced at 303 rupees, increased by 79 rupees to 382 rupees, while super diesel has gone up by 90 rupees from 353 rupees to 443 rupees per litre. Kerosene was also raised by 60 rupees, bringing its new price to 255 rupees per litre. Since the beginning of March, fuel prices have seen sharp cumulative increases, with octane 92 petrol rising by 106 rupees and octane 95 by 115 rupees. Auto diesel and super diesel have increased by 105 rupees and 120 rupees respectively during the same period. This marks the first occasion in Sri Lanka's history that all fuel types have recorded such significant increases within a single month. The last major spike was during the 2022 economic crisis, when record high prices were reported on the 26th of June. Parallel to CPC, the Lanka IOC also raised prices of octane 92 petrol and auto diesel. Meanwhile, Sinopec announced its own revisions from today, increasing prices, particularly octane 95 petrol and super diesel, to levels exceeding CPC rates. Under Sinopec's new pricing, octane 95 petrol has risen to 487 rupees, while super diesel has surged to 572 rupees per litre. Following the announcement of the latest price hike, long queues and heavy congestion were reported at fuel stations across the island last night. In addition, CPC has revised the weekly fuel quotas issued under the QR code system with effect from midnight yesterday. The fuel allowance for cars has been increased from 15 to 25 litres, while three-wheelers will now receive 20 litres instead of 15. Vans are entitled to 50 litres, while the quota for lorries remains at 200 litres. Motorcycles will now receive 8 litres, up from 5, and buses will receive 100 litres, increased from 60. Fuel allocations for other vehicle categories have also been adjusted accordingly. Meanwhile, fuel distribution today is being carried out for vehicles with even-numbered license plates under the ongoing odd-even system.
This is the local news on Gold FM.
Cabinet spokesperson Dr. Nalinda Jayatissam stated that the recent increase in fuel prices was necessary to minimize the impact of global crude oil price fluctuations on Sri Lanka's economic stability. Speaking at a media briefing held this morning at the Department of Government Information, the minister urged the public to use energy resources sparingly, and in the interest of clarity, we refrain from dubbing his remarks.
ලෝකයේ තත්ත්වයක් තේරුම් අරගෙන ඒ තත්ත්වයට මුහුණ දෙමින් අපේ ආර්ථික ස්ථාවරත්වයටත් අවම හානියක් වෙන මම කියන්නේ ඒක බිඳුවයි කියලා නමුත් ඒක බලපෑමක් අනිවාර්ය වශයෙන්ම තියෙනවා ඒ බලපෑම අවම කරගනිමින් ආර්ථිකය පවත්වාගෙන යන්නත් අනිත් පැත්තෙන් ජනතාවගේ දෛනික ජීවිතයට වන බලපෑම අවම කරමින් පවත්වාගෙන යන්නටත් මේ මොහොතේදී මේ ඉන්ධන මැලි වැඩ කිරීමට කරන්න සිදු වුණා ලෝකයේම රටවල් මේ තත්ත්වයට මුහුණ දීමේදී අනුගමනය කරන එක දෙයක් තමයි මේ ඉන්ධන මිල වැඩි කරන්න සිදු වෙන එක අපේ අපේක්ෂාව යුද්ධ යුද්ධය හැකියක්මෙන් අවසන් වේවා යන්න යුද්ධය හෙට අවසන් වුණා තෙල් නිෂ්පාදන යටිතල පහසුකම් වලට එල්ල වෙලා තිබෙන බලපෑම අනුව අපේ ආර්ථිකයට යුද්ධයෙන් වල බලපෑම එක රැයින් එක මොහොතින් අවසන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. භාණ්ඩාගාර දරාගත හැකි ප්‍රමාණය භාණ්ඩාගාරයේ දරා ගනිමින් ඒ වගේම එක පැත්තකින් සමාගමේ Tamanට සිදුවන පිරිවැය යම් කොටසක් කැප කරමින් අනිත් පැත්තෙන් ජනතාවටත් මේ තෙල් මිල වැඩිවීමක් දරා ගන්නට සිදු වෙනවා. මෙවැනි අවස්ථාවකදී අපි ජනතාවගේ යලි යලි ඉල්ලන්නේ පරිභෝජන සීමා කිරීම සඳහා කටයුතු කළ යුතුමයි. බස් ගාස්තු පමණක් නෙවෙයි ත්‍රිවිල් ගාස්තුත් යම් නියාමනයකට ලක් විය යුතුයි. සම්බන්ධයෙන් අදාළ කරන ආයතන කටයුතු කරමින් පවතිනවා.
Meanwhile, chairman of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, DJ Rajakaruna, also shared views during the same briefing regarding the current fuel situation.
දැන් රෑට ඕගොල්ලොන්ට ලයිට් එන්නේ මින් ඉදිරියට මේක අර්බුදෙ හින්දා ඩීසල් වලින්. ඒතකොට ඩීසල් ලීටර එක මිල 140කින් වැඩි වෙලා. එතකොට සියලුම ජනතාව මේක හරියට තේරුම් අරන් එක ලයිට් එකක් හරි නිවලා. අර සයින් බෝඩ්ස් ටික නිවලා. පාරවල් වල තියෙන ලයිට් ටිකවත් නිවලා. මේ අර්බුදයට එකතු වුණොතින් මං හිතන්නේ අපිට තව දුරටත් ඉස්සරහට යන්න පුළුවන්. මේ කෝටා වැඩි වෙනවත් එක්කම ජනතාවට අපහු තෙල් රැස් කිරීම පෝලිං වල ඉන්න එහෙම අවශ්‍යතාවයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. අපිට ලබන මාසයේ කිසිම ගැටලුවක් නැතුව අපිට ගමන් කරන්න පුළුවන් තියෙනවා. ඒක තහවුරු වෙලා තියෙනවා. තෙල් සැපයීමේ කිසිම ගැටලුවක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. විදුලිය කැපීමේ අවශ්‍යතාවයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. දැවි තෙල් නමක් 12 පැමිණෙන හින්දා.
The minister further revealed that 5,995,365 individuals have so far registered under the QR code fuel distribution system. However, information has been uncovered regarding 153 phone numbers used to generate QR codes illegally, and investigations are currently being carried out by the police and the Criminal Investigation Department. In addition, continuous raids are being conducted against individuals illegally stockpiling fuel. In one such operation, Hungama police arrested a businessman in the Mamandala Jansagama area of the Ambalanthota police division with 2,200 litres of diesel stored unlawfully. During the raid, police also seized 11 barrels, each containing 200 litres of diesel. Further investigations into the incident are underway. Transport unions have called for an increase in fares following the recent rise in fuel prices. Speaking at a media briefing held in Colombo, All Island Private Bus Owners Association Chairman Gamanu Wijayaratnam stated that bus fares should be increased by 15% in line with the current situation. Meanwhile, three-wheeler unions also said that the starting fare for the first kilometre should be increased by 20 rupees. The unions noted that fares must be revised according to a pricing formula. In addition, All Island Interprovincial School Transport Association Chairman Ruwan Prasad urged authorities to ensure an adequate daily fuel quota for vehicles engaged in transporting school children. Western Province Road Passenger Transport Authority Chairman, retired Commander Gamini Jayasingham, stated that attention is currently being given to revising fares, and in the interest of clarity, we refrained from dubbing his remarks.
මෙවරත් ටිකක් වැඩිපුර දැනෙන ප්‍රමාණයකින් ඉන්ධන මිල ඉහළ යාපු නිසා අපි අවධානය යොමු කරලා තියෙනවා ගාස් සංශෝධනයකට යන්න අවශ්‍යයි කියලා. දහවස බස්නාහිර පළාත් මිල සමාලෝචන කමිටුව සූම් තාක්ෂණය ඔස්සේ අපිට රැස්වීමක් ඇඳවලා ඒකෙදි තීරණය කරනවා ඉන්ධන මිල කොතරම් ප්‍රමාණයකින් වැඩි කරනවද කියන එක.
Meanwhile, rice mill owners warned that rice prices could increase in the coming weeks. This was said by chairman of the Small and Medium Scale Rice Mill Owners Association, UK Semasinghe. Opposition leader Sajid Premadasa stressed the need to encourage strong public participation at a time when the country is facing heightened vulnerability due to the challenges posed by the Middle East conflict. He made these remarks while addressing an event held in Colombo, and in the interest of clarity, we refrained from dubbing his remarks.
අද රටක් හැටියට ඒ අවදානම් භාවය එක්සත් ජාතීන්ගේ සංවිධානය හඳුන්වලා තිබෙනවා මල්ටි ඩයිමෙන්ෂනල් පොවර්ටි කිය. බහුමාන දරිද්‍රතාවය. මොහොතකට හිතලා බලන්න පහුගිය කාලේ අපිට මුහුණ දෙන්න සිද්ධ වුණු ඛේදවාචකයන්, පාස්කු ත්‍රස්ත ප්‍රහාරය, කොරෝනා කොවිඩ් වසංගතය, බංකොලොත් භාවය, දික්වාසලි කුණාටු, ඒ වගේම අද ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන මැද පෙරදිග යුදමය තත්ත්වය අපිට මුහුණ දෙන්න තිබෙන දැවැන්ත බරපතල අභියෝග. මේ හැම මොහොතකදී අපි තරයේ විශ්වාස අපි ජනතා කේන්ද්‍රීය වෙන්නට ජනතා සහභාගීත්වය උනන්දු කරවන්නට ජනතාව පෙරටු කරට ඒ ජනතා නායකත්ව කේන්ද්‍රීය සංවර්ධන රටාවකට අපි මුල පුරන්න.
Now for some news in brief.
3 Porsche production has resumed after being disrupted for several months due to a shortage of standardized maize.
The business news on Gold FM.
United Airlines began slashing unprofitable routes over the next 6 months to counter soaring jet fuel prices linked to the conflict in Iran. Chief Executive Scott Kirby informed staff that the company now prepares for oil prices to potentially reach $175 a barrel. Kirby estimated that sustained high oil prices could increase the airline's annual fuel expenses by $11 billion, a figure exceeding its highest ever annual profit. Despite these challenges, strong travel demand allowed the carrier to implement fare increases across its network. The industry continues to face significant disruptions, including mandatory reroutings and restricted airspace, which further drive up operational costs.
International news on Gold FM.
US President Donald Trump warned that the United States will obliterate Iranian power plants if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed beyond a 48-hour deadline. This threat follows the effective closure of the vital global oil shipping lane by Iranian forces. Tehran responded by vowing to target all American-linked energy infrastructure across the Middle East if its domestic facilities face attack. Meanwhile, medical officials in southern Israel reported that over 100 people sustained injuries after missile strikes hit the region. One projectile landed near a nuclear research facility 13 kilometers from the city of Dimona. The Sri Lankan embassy in Israel confirmed that 4 Sri Lankan nationals required hospital treatment for injuries sustained near the city. Shards of falling glass struck the group as they filmed an Iranian aerial attack in the region. Overnight, the Israeli military confirmed a fresh wave of strikes on the Iranian capital. In the Gulf, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates reported the successful interception of multiple drone and missile attacks. Meanwhile, Japanese Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi said today that Japan could consider deploying its military for minesweeping in the Strait of Hormuz if a ceasefire is reached in the US-Israeli war on Iran. Motegi noted the idea is purely hypothetical, adding that if naval mines were creating an obstacle following a ceasefire, it would be something to consider. Japan's military activities are restricted under its post-war pacifist constitution, though the 2015 security legislation allows overseas deployment of its self-defense forces under certain conditions.
Entertainment news on Gold FM.
Professional wrestling legend and Midnight Express founder Dennis Condrey died at age 74. Friend and fellow wrestler Dax Harwood confirmed the news on Friday, honoring the veteran as a career mentor. Condrey earns recognition as one of the greatest tag team specialists in the history of the sport.
Sports news on Gold FM.
Kingswood College posted 248 runs in the second innings, giving Dharmaraja College a 315-run target in the 119th Battle of the Maroons Hill Country. Kingswood's innings were fueled by a stellar batting performance from Kavi Jagamage, who scored an unbeaten 100, his second century of the match. Adil Sharif scored 71 runs. Isuru Samaratunga bagged 3 wickets for Dharmaraja. Chasing the target, Rajans are at a run for the loss of a wicket. 3 quarter-final matches of the Schools Rugby Knockouts 2026 will be held today. Trinity College faces Zahira College at Sugata Das Stadium, while defending champions Isipathana College take on St. Joseph's at the Royal Complex. The final semi-final spot will be decided at Havelock Park between traditional rivals Royal College and St. Thomas's College. Meanwhile, yesterday, Wesley College pulled off a stunning 36-29 victory against St. Peter's College to secure its spot in the semi-finals. Hero Media Network, including Hero FM and Sun FM, serves as the official media sponsor for the tournament. That's it for the news. I'm Atik Rumi.